Woo! Well, we have finally made it. The marathon is concluded, and the final results are not the ideal ones, I suppose, from my point of view. But we
Mhm.
made it. How you feel being at the end?
I'm a little disappointed with the outcome, not gonna lie, but I mean, I have some things to say, but we'll get into it when we break it down through the timeline.
Yeah, no, it broken down. Some people were breaking down, not physically, but just I guess inside. I broke down for some players like Steve, but that's
Yeah.
what happened. But welcome back, y'all, to the challenge recap show. Challenge All Stars for season 4, episode 12. We finally made it to the end. Thank y'all for coming with us on this journey, keeping us, uh, holding it down with us since I don't know when did it start? Late March, maybe April.
Yeah. Oh
It's
my
been
God, it's been a while. That's
it's been a
crazy.
minute. Yeah, so we
Well, shout
appreciate
out
y'all
you
coming
guys.
through.
Yeah. Staying tuned.
Yeah, shout out to them staying tuned. And following us. You could have all these other pages to go to get your challenge recap, but you came here to hear the real. You know? So we
You guys are
appreciate
real
y'all.
ones. Mm-hmm.
Y'all are real ones because they've been coming up. So we coming slowly, but they definitely we appreciate y'all once again, and make sure that y'all you know give Bree some shout outs too because she killed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And also give her a shout out, but also make sure to follow her on her Instagram, Bree Dots with the Z at the end. And yeah, make sure to follow her Twitter and OnlyFans too.
OnlyFans. What
I'm
do
just
you
playing,
mean your
Steve.
OnlyFans?
I'm just playing. We ain't
I
doing
saw
that shit.
I saw those feet pictures.
Ah, shit. You see those. All right. Well, shout out my OnlyFans too. Um, And in the link below, I haven't mentioned this before. Become a member for only $5 a month if you guys want to help support the content.
Ooh, exclusive.
Exclusive now, you can
Mm.
get some exclusive videos and whatnot. But more so support. Anyways, we'll get into it. The challenge All Stars final. It's started. We get this little montage going down. TJ gives us the rundown on how they get a quick rundown on how each competitor got here. Some people had to go elimination, some people skated by, whoop de whoop, and we get the checkpoint 1 results, and it's between Derek and Laurel. Now, look, the way I was watching with the little electrocution, that probably was my favorite part of the whole final, was the electrocution part.
Low key, me too.
I mean, it was new. It was new, and
Yeah,
it also took some skill, and it wasn't like super gimmicky. I think it actually
yeah,
was like, oh, like this is cool.
yeah. It was something we haven't really seen before, so that was cool.
Yeah. But we get Derek is the slowest time, and he is out of here. He had a good run, but he just went too slow and was too scared to get electrocuted. I mean, dang, that's
I felt bad. Like he did all that work in the last competition just to get sent home the next one. I was really sad to see him go. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. No, Derek was. It sucked. It sucked to kind of see him leave in that fashion. Just you couldn't even. Power was kind of in your hands, but you can't watch anyone else, so you really just don't
Right.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, he did a good job, but I have a feel. I'll use TJ's line. I have a feeling we're gonna see him again. I mean, I
Right.
wasn't a fan of who he gave his star to and the reasons because they had this like whole I found out they had this LGBTQ alliance, and
Uh,
that's why essentially. I mean, they were friends too, but that was like it was like the cookout. Like that was the
that makes
core.
sense. Mm-hmm.
Like one of us got to win in between
Yeah.
Nicole, Derek, Ryan, Laurel. Is that it?
Veronica.
Veronica, and that's it. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
That makes sense knowing on like later on throughout this show too. Okay.
Yeah,
I can see
definitely,
that.
definitely, yeah,
Mhm.
definitely makes sense. And so
Interesting.
he gives his star to Laurel. He gets a chance to do that, and they have these advantages. Now, I'm not a big fan of that part of the final. That was
Me
kind of like,
either. Like you should have to earn the advantage, in my opinion. Like how they did before, like how Leroy got his advantage. Like now we're just giving it away to people, to your
nah,
friends. I
nah.
don't know. I didn't like that at
Sound,
all.
I didn't like that either. It sounds like a setup. It sounds like I don't know. They want the season to go maybe a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, you see the dynamics of it. I mean, that could have easily been left out of this, and you could have just done the advantage checkpoints. Would have been okay. You'll get the advantage the next game, and then the elimination, whoever's eliminated. Not
Right.
this extra. We gonna give you a star away. I was like, star what?
Yeah, that's
No.
crazy. And I don't think it makes it fair for the game. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of that either because I feel like if they didn't have that, then the outcome of everything would have been completely different.
Yeah,
You have the
way
current
different.
advantage. Yeah.
Way
No,
different. I mean, I just
it's
think
not fair.
it's look. I get the game is a game, but subtle rigging, sure. I think, but
Mhm.
I don't know about that twist. That
Yeah.
twist can probably stay at home next time.
Mhm.
And we wasn't the only ones thinking that too. Cara, you know, she was like, "Really? This what y'all gonna do to me?"
Right. She in this moment she was like, "Oh, I'm screwed." Like she already knew. No one was giving her a star, so
Yeah, nobody.
I feel
Because
like that's
Steve,
frustrating.
it is. I would be like, bro, like what? I literally had to go in elimination twice. Had everybody coming at me, Cam coming after me, Laurel coming after me, the strongest people coming after me because they just hating on me,
Mhm.
finding reasons. And now you're gonna do this to like it's just. I never ever seen a final to where you're giving advantages by people that you're going up against or friends, I guess you could say. I'm just
Mhm. Exactly. Yeah, so this was whack. Challenge producers, let's change it up next time.
yeah. Nah, let's throw this one in the scrap
Mhm.
yard and
Straight in the trash.
yeah, the trash. Put it in the cheese grater, the paper shredder, everything. I
Mhm.
mean, crazy because Ace would give Steve a star probably over Car, and Steve would give Ace a star over
Right.
Car, and then only if one of them's out and the other one then gets out. That's the only way she's getting a star.
Exactly. And it's crazy too because it's like the whole time they were like, this is an individual game, individual game. How is this an individual game if you're helping out your friends, like giving stars and stuff? That seems more collaborative to me. So, yeah, I thought that was whack.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was real
Hmm.
dumb. There was a lot of things at the final that was dumb, but
Yeah,
yeah, it was a
agree.
mess. I mean, even Kara's just like, come on now, like she knew what time it was, and she unfortunately had to be the victim of a lot of that. But we move on past the electrocution stage. Derek's gone. And we get to the next one called Spicy Foot, and basically they got to eat these peppers off this rope and use their other foot as a counterbalance to get them to eat it.
Hmm.
I would be horrible at this. I can't eat spicy food in the least bit. This
You
would
can't
probably
eat
be
spicy food?
no, I can't.
What?
I can't do it.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I would have loved this challenge. I would have rather taken this over eating like a cockroach anything every time.
I'm eating the cockroach.
What?
Good.
Oh my, that's insane. I liked, I mean, I thought this was kind of like a stupid challenge, in my opinion. Like, I was like, this is kind of weird to do, but I would have done good in this one, I think.
I mean, look. Even I don't know which pepper is the least hot. Whether it was the
Mhm.
green pepper or the red pepper is least hot.
It's supposed to
What do you think?
be the green is the less hot, I'm pretty
The
sure.
green? Okay. Nah. See, I can't even do a little. I can barely do hot sauce. I can't even do flaming hot Cheetos.
You call yourself a black person?
Hey, look now. I can't. Look, I'm not one of those people. You might have been one of those people in high school eating the flaming hot Cheetos at 8 o'clock in the morning.
That was never me. Never me. The hot
Well,
Cheeto girls.
exactly. I just couldn't do. I don't know. My palate just does not bode well with that.
I see.
I don't. Yeah, I don't eat condiments. I don't really do extra on anything. Everything's pretty plain. I like my steak medium rare though, but that's probably as exotic as it's getting with me.
Oh my God. That's
So I probably would have skipped this whole thing. I'm like, I'm not eating one, like because
really? You
I
wouldn't have
probably
even
wouldn't.
tried it?
No, no.
What? You would have rather eaten a cockroach than eat a pepper.
Yes,
Oh
hundred
my
percent.
God. That is the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my life.
Look now, see what happens if I end up eating one of these things, and you'll see the problem. It's gonna
Oh,
be going down
maybe I,
not in the best
maybe I
way.
don't want to see that then.
Yeah.
All right,
So
to each their own, to each their own.
hey, that's what time zone I'm on. But Nicole wins this. This one's kind of just like, whatever. Like they eat it. They don't really show too much crazy. I mean, I think she threw up, but Nicole won it. I mean, self-explanatory and whatnot. And she gets the advantage on this one. And the next one is an elimination checkpoint, and this one is called Balance for Survival. And basically, what they have to do is they got this like balance counter, all this balancing stuff. They got this balance thing on their back, and they got to like a marionette kind of setup to where you gotta. I don't even know how to explain this.
You basically need to drink the liquid while maneuvering this little device without touching it with your hands, and then spitting the liquid into the tube to fill it up all the way.
Yeah, basically. exactly. I couldn't even get the words, but exactly. Yeah. So it looks kind of. I think the best way to do this is try to tilt the board towards you, try and like caress it with your like, I don't know, chin and whatnot, and then get the, I don't know, just get it close to your face, and then you can grab, like bite down on the cup and then sip it up.
Yeah.
But it's a lot easier said than done. You got to move really slow with this thing to make it work. I think that's the trick. Because some people are like rushing and trying like swinging it. I was like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, I feel like like you said, I feel like it looks easy, but maybe being there, it's a little trickier. And I feel like also like knowing that you're like like competing against other people, you're kind of like trying to get it done fast because you're nervous about being last. So I feel like there's like a lot of different variables, but yeah, this was an interesting challenge for an elimination. I don't think we've seen something like this before.
Yeah, no, I mean, all these elimination ones are pretty much toss-ups. You're competing against yourself eventually, not essentially someone else. You know, you gotta. These all like the electric one, this one, you gotta worry about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes during this, I saw Leroy looking over at other people. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. And he screwed himself over.
He did, and it's sad to see this brother headed out the game. Leroy definitely was between him and Veronica for the final spot, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, honestly, shout out Veronica. Like, she did her big one on that.
Yeah, no, I mean, she took care of it, and with some help from the Peanut Gallery,
she
got it done. But disappointing for Leroy, very, very disappointing. I don't really know what to say about this. This brother.
It is what it is. He didn't get it done. Honestly, though, to me, this didn't really feel like a final. Like, it just felt like a bunch of like mini challenges. Like, what happened to like running miles and there's like checkpoints along the way, like that kind of final. To me, this was just like a bunch of little Super Mario like mini games.
Yeah, nah, it was crazy in here. I mean, literally, you would just. The randomest things they would think of, they would just decide to do. And it's just every final at least has some running in it, biking, canoeing, swimming, something. This had nothing. A tiny bit of running. And some, I guess, scooter running, but
which was nothing.
Yeah, so I guess they tried to make it a little easier, but I think you can't stray too far away from what the actual show is, because this was like Big Brother, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what it was, like Big Brother challenges.
Yeah,
crazy.
So, and the thing is, like, these type of things aren't. They're not the easiest, but that's not what the show is anymore. Right. At least, you know, like.
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be like challenging. Like, I'm sure it's challenging, but it's not like they're not like breaking out in a sweat trying to put this Kool-Aid into a tube type of thing.
Exactly. So. Yeah, Leroy wasn't ready for the carnival games, and he got sent out, and now we're down 2-6. So I think definitely, you know, it just sucks that was the game for Leroy. He got to go home with no money again.
I wonder if we'll see him again.
I think we will, but
I just wanted to get one win. That's all I want for him, you know?
I don't know if it's gonna happen at this point.
I know.
Leroy, you was doing better when your hair was cut clean, brother. I think that might be the key to success. Get that haircut back right. Not high and tight, low and tight, and I think you'll fare better. That's my opinion. But we move on to the next advantage checkpoint, which is this thing called hose ball.
Why was this like made for Nicole? This challenge. I'm like, was this pre-planned? Like, she's a firefighter. I don't know.
Look, I told you it seemed like they wanted this way to go a certain way. That's just what it seemed like. This looked kind of like Squid Game.
Right? Yeah, it does.
I was looking, I was like, well, what is this? Is this the Squid Game? But with the circle, with the triangle and the circle and all that stuff, but and then the setup. But yeah, basically they're getting this water hose and they're supposed to use the hose, which this game had a lot of problems in itself, but use the water hose to spray the soccer ball into the other person's goal. And whoever uses the hose, whoever's water is spraying it in there gets the goal or something. Is it your own goal or somebody else's goal?
I thought it was someone else's.
Okay, that's what I thought so too, but
Yeah,
I was confused on
I
like,
don't know.
well, when they got the points, because Kara and A's got the points, how was it their points and not someone else's points?
Yeah, it was hard to tell the way they were filming it because there were so many hoses and stuff going on. It was kind of hard to follow along. So I was also kind of confused about that. I just kind of sat back and watched. I was like, all right, I'll let them tell me what's happening because I have no idea.
Hey, look, it's looking low budget right now. That's all I'm saying. Come on, man, y'all.
It really is.
I could have made that in my backyard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they get the rules of the game. It looks, I guess, kind of cold outside. I guess that's an increasing element of this, where like you're dealing with the final and they're dealing with all the elements, and it's late at this point. They did. Well, I did like how they had the time kept popping up.
I like that they did that.
Yeah, just to give transparency and whatnot, because as a viewer, we kind of forget, like we're just watching it, we're at home chilling, but they've been out there all day.
Yeah.
So they really have much.
Add another like little layer to the challenge, so I'll give them that.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, six people left, 2 guys, 4 girls, and yeah, that's the rules. I don't even know if that's a soccer ball. That looks like
I don't even know what that is.
a washed up beach ball or something. I don't even know. Low budget.
Very low, but that's from like Five Below.
Yeah, definitely. Dang, they going to Five Below now, y'all. Come on, what happened to the challenge we knew? But yes, they get into pairs, and Laurel and Nicole, Steve and Veronica, and Kara and Ace, they pick their own partners. I thought it was silly for Nicole and Laurel to get together, but because if one of them wants to help each other, then they could help the other out, and they could like force some go against Kara and Ace. I thought that was obvious, but maybe Steve and or Ace wouldn't be down for that. So I don't know, but
yeah, I thought they should have been on separate teams too. But I mean, I guess they had their own little plan.
Yeah, and they had their own little plan. It wasn't working out much, but yeah, TJ explained the rules and whatnot, and he has this weird
mustache.
I don't. What was that movie?
Borat?
No, not Borat.
Oh, Borat has a mustache.
Yeah, he got the Borat mustache. I can't remember the name of the damn movie. It's a sports movie. I don't know, but he looking like I don't even know what's going on. He got that.
It's so corny. These little like corny things that they do, like in the last episode, that like car ride thing, and now we have the mustache. I don't know what they're trying to do. Like they're trying to be like funny and relatable, I guess.
I'm lost right now. I'm really lost. I don't know if we're on a different show right now. I don't know if we getting punked. I don't know what's happening. I mean, are they giving him a raise to be doing all these antics? They're trying to be more personable. I don't know.
I hope he's cashing a check for this.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of Julie Chen when she be doing all these little silly things before like the challenges. Sometimes she like hosts it and she does these little weird. She's part of it, but she's
yeah.
So
it's always interesting.
Look, I don't know what's going on in TV. I mean, it's on Paramount Plus, so that has to probably do with something.
True. I'd be forgetting. We're on a different network here.
Exactly.
They're just trying new things.
Yeah, so I think this needs to go in the shredder as well, Coach. We need some. I don't know who is in charge of this season, but
we just want the action. We don't want the little funny stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, and it's like this is not a children's show. You
Yeah,
know, I mean, I'm sure kids watch it, but nobody cares about this. This is a waste. If this is what you're using your budget on, and you spent
right.
maybe $1,000 on the suit rather than $500 in the game, come
Yeah,
on, y'all. Come on,
exactly.
y'all. But
Agreed.
we get the game started, and everybody's getting ready, and we get the hose going. No pun intended. But yeah, we get going, and how this game is eventually going is like, it, 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 it didn't make any sense because like you could block. Steve was blocking the ball with his body,
Hmm.
and the girls can like push him out the way, but he definitely can't do that to girls. I don't know. This whole thing was messed up to me. I wasn't a fan.
There, there needed to be like established rules because it didn't seem fair, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's definitely given like when you play Foursquare with your friends, and then everyone has their different rules when they're in the front one position.
Hmm.
That's what it was giving me. And I'm
Exactly.
just like,
Yeah.
what?
I
What are the
I
rules?
wasn't the biggest fan of this challenge. It was kind of hard to follow along too. You couldn't really tell what was happening because there's just water everywhere and bodies. So I don't know. I don't really love this.
Yeah, you couldn't see a single thing, and it was just, I, you couldn't see anything. I mean, the water took up all the space, and then they started spraying. Nicole sprayed Steve in the face, and she just like, don't spray in the face. I was like, shouldn't that be like disqualification?
That's
I'll
what
be
we
damned if
said.
somebody sprayed me in the face with a freaking water
The-
hose.
Yeah, with the firefighter hose. That's powerful.
Nah, that's OD. I couldn't. Nah,
Yeah, I
there
know.
there'd be some big problems if that went
Yeah,
down.
they just be like picking and choosing like what's okay and what's not. But it needs to be like cohesive throughout the whole game, or else it's just not fair.
Yeah, no, this game was definitely rigged towards Nicole's favor, but
Hmm.
I don't even think she was the one in front. She was the one in the back, and so she didn't even use the spring. So, but I don't know. It didn't make sense at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure
But
here.
yes, eventually, through all the mess and madness, Kara and Ace get the advantage. We still don't know if they got it in their own goal or not,
Hmm.
because I thought they got it in someone else's. I'm like, why did they get the point though? I was
We'll
lost. But
never know.
we'll never know. We'll never know. But hey, they got the advantage,
Mhm.
and their advantage, they don't get to be told until the next round of the final. So this final got a lot of little steps and layers added to it. But
Mhm.
before we get to the next step, we get a little flashback of Kara being like, I'm gonna prove you wrong and whatnot. And Laurel says, you on the JV team and you on to a varsity race. Or
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of funny, but I forgot about it.
I thought that was like weird too when that went down because I'm like, Kara's a beast though. Like she's not no JV player, so that's just Laurel on her high horse always.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the day. I mean, it
Hmm.
shows you like Laurel just she's kind of been who she's been, and Kara has kind of always had to deal with this craziness of a rival slash partner, and yeah, it's good to get some backstory if you don't know what's going on at this point. I mean, you should, but
Hmm.
just to kind of get full context of how they kind of go about things. But we get that little tad, but then we get to the next segment of the final, and this one's called Bluff Night, and basically each the car they just that car the team who won, she gets to decide which games everyone plays, and there's 3 games. So we get 3 different games, and the first one is this like roll. What's it?
Like the
Marble blast.
marble blast.
They got to get the ball all the way through the bottom. That one looks hard. I ain't gonna lie.
It does. I probably wouldn't have chosen that one.
Never, never. Then we get this one called firearm, to where you just get the things on fire, and then throw the balls at them, and then they get fire. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Like, very simple.
Looks like some demonic stuff going on too, just real quick.
Yeah,
I
I
love
don't know about all that on Juneteenth.
a little creepy, but it's fine.
Yeah, nah, we need to scrap this one too.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea, but come on, y'all. I
Maybe like
mean,
circles or something.
yeah. Let's not do anything with lines crossing each other.
Yeah,
You know, that one, oh,
a little sus.
yeah, just a little, not on Juneteenth. Uh, but then we get the first one, I guess technically called nailed it. This one called
Mhm.
nailed it. And this one actually, I thought this one was gonna be the easiest one.
Me
Just because,
too. I honestly, I mean, I probably would have chose the fire one, but when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, the nail might be like." After seeing everything, after seeing everyone play, I was like, "Oh yeah, I would have done the firearm." But when I first saw it before anyone played, I was like, "Oh, why would anyone not choose the nail? Like you just have to hammer down. Like that sounds pretty easy." But
yeah.
I mean, Steve was struggling a little bit. He was like, "Oh, my hand's on fire." Da, 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 da. So I was
Well,
like, "Oh, I
yeah.
guess
I
it's
mean, with the thing is with the nails is like there's technique behind it. He was just nailing it, I think, with one hand, and you got to use both, like Laura was, to
good."
really kind of not put all the pressure on one hand to even it out, because you will get a little like tingliness coming back, but
Yeah,
and those nails are kind of thick. But yeah, if you just use both and just pat it down and have proper technique, it shouldn't be hurting you to that
yeah.
extent. I mean, when you're rushing, I don't know, but
And you have like that adrenaline going too. I'm sure that would help you out too. So, which one would you have chosen?
I mean, I'm choosing the fire one. You know,
Yeah.
that one just seems you're throwing a ball at a target, like
Hmm.
that's right up
Easy,
the
easy.
wheelhouse. You know,
Hmm.
I mean, I can nail too, but just the ones that don't seem like I have to have luck in them, and so
Yeah.
you have control in the nail one, you have control in the
Right.
flamethrower game, and the ball one's just like nah. It looks
Yeah.
very simple though, honestly, but
It does, but then sometimes that ball is gonna go a little wonky, and then Then you gotta run, go get it, run, and then I feel like that just adds on so much time.
yeah. So Kara and Ace, they get to decide on what's going down, and who's getting what. And Ace decides to defer it to Kara, as he should,
Mhm.
because she's the one who's basically been, I ain't gonna say carrying a team, but he knows what time it is with her, and he
Yeah,
knows
he
this
knows
means
what's
way
up.
more to her than him. But
Hmm.
he defers to her, and so she goes with TJ to walk down and look at all the games. Laurel's pissed off because she's like, "Oh my gosh, Kara's gonna give me the worst game, and I don't know what I'm gonna do." I'm like, "Laurel, shut your ass up. Shut your ass up, Laurel."
Yeah, in true Laurel fashion.
I'm just like the hypocrisy. Like you're mad at her for doing that, but you set her up plenty of times.
Exactly. And she would have done the same exact thing if she had the advantage for that round. So she can't even
I'm
talk.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about? What is she
Mhm.
talking about? Is she? I think I truly like. I stand before bipolar.
Yeah, she's also an Aries, so it makes sense. Aries are
Oh,
intense. They're like just like fire signs, like so it all adds
yeah,
up.
she was tripping on that. I'm like, why are you? Duh. Like, what do you think she's gonna give you the best one?
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
lost in the sauce. But it just shows you the privilege that thinks that she deserves to have in this show right now, and she wants her cake and eat it too. And that's just not how things go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all, don't do that, y'all. Do not act like that, please.
Don't
Don't.
get it twisted.
But Kara's first, and she decides to pick firearm. It looked pretty dope seeing the whole like arm get on fire. I think
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
pretty dope.
cool. Mm-hmm. I
And
enjoyed it.
so, yeah, dope shot right there.
Mm-hmm.
I would need those pictures ASAP if I was doing that.
Yeah, that is cool, I will say.
But it's weird how the time gets started once she has to get her arm on fire. That's when it started, rather than of her. I just thought it was her. I don't know why they made it her like light the own things on fire and throw the balls.
Yeah, it should have just already been on fire. Yeah, they be doing some weird things. I don't know their thought process behind half this
Cause
stuff.
it's because Kara was going first. And like, all right, we gonna at least make it. If Laura was going first, I bet you they already had that thing lit.
Mm-hmm. Period.
But that's
That's
just
so
me.
true.
That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she goes, she gets started, and she takes care of business pretty easily. So that was very smart on her to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else waiting for her to get back. 1:53 in the morning, or 11:50, 11:53.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? 11:50, so midnight essentially. Pretty tired. Not too late, but
That's
we,
not bad. But then just considering they have so many other people to go after them, they're gonna be
yeah,
waiting a while.
yeah, no, definitely. She they hope they got some coffee or something like that. But Car finishes up quickly, and then it is Ace's turn, and Ace picks the same game, and he goes. But while he's going, Kara is telling Steve the game plan, but Laurel's privileged self is
She's creeping.
she doing the most.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't catch her. She's all up in there.
I'm like, come on, y'all. Like, what is what?
Girl, just mind your business. Sit back and relax.
See, Laurel is a good example of just look. She's gonna do anything she can to win. Like this is
Mhm.
whatever. I don't take this too serious. Like it's kind of like a joke too, but it's just funny the privilege that she thinks that she deserves, and just how she wants every advantage possible. I mean, she's already getting an advantage, you know, with
Yeah.
a lot of things, and she just wants every little thing. Like, can we just, you know, chill and
Yeah, just chill for a
understand and read the
second.
room?
Yeah, just play the game, wait for it to all play out. You don't need to know every single little detail. Kara's not going to share it with you willingly, so just relax.
Yeah, she on one right now. I don't know if it's a
Mhm.
sleep deprivity, but she on one. So,
Mhm.
and she has the nerve to scoff at Kara secretly telling Steve these things. Like she's like continuing what I was saying, but
Yeah, like
she's
Kara owes her something if she doesn't. So.
exactly. Go ask Nicole. But yeah,
Exactly. Go ask your boo, your toxic
exactly.
boo.
Yep. So Steve goes and Ace gets back, and they're all looking at her. Well, uh, Nicole's going right now, and
Hmm.
Veronica and Laurel they eyeing hard. And they're like, "What's going down?" And even Veronica don't deserve to know because she threw Car under the bus in front of everybody, so she can sit there and cry as well. So I don't feel
Hmm.
sorry for either of them.
Me either. I don't know.
So yes, the firearm room is closed, and they know what time it is.
Their faces say it all.
Exactly. So they're going through and whatnot. We get, you know, she's trying to talk to Steve, but Steve knows what time it is with Nicole too. Y'all ain't talked to me all season. Now y'all want to be buddy buddy. You gotta get the hell up out of here.
Hmm.
But Steve, he does his nail thing, and like I said, I don't know if I got a picture of him doing it with how he did it, but I'm pretty sure he just used one hand and
He did.
okay, so that's must be why his hand was all crazy and whatnot.
Yeah, that's
But
a stupid thing to do.
yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
Enough
He
said
made
for
it.
him.
He honestly made it look like pretty hard, but then when Laurel did it, she made it look pretty easy. I can't even lie. Like she did pretty well on that.
Yeah, no, she killed it. Just the technique. So, I mean, for at home, y'all, whenever y'all using a hammering tool, whether that be a small hammer, a sledgehammer, anything, you got to use two hands.
Mhm.
Unless it's a tiny baby nail that you nailing into the wall. That's the only
Mhm.
time. So,
Pro tip. Pro
yeah,
tip from
pro tip.
DeAndre.
Exactly. You know, I nailed a few things. I got posters. If you can see the, well, you can't really see all the posters in the back, but I got some.
Handyman.
Exactly. Um, but yes, we get Veronica actually did the marble blast. Really, she did it decent time.
Yeah,
I
I think she did a pretty good job, honestly.
yeah,
From
no, she
based off the circumstances, like she was running real quick to go get it. Like she was doing her thing. I was like, all right,
yeah,
V, I see you.
no, definitely she impressed me. I didn't think she was gonna get it,
Mhm. Yeah,
but
me either.
she got it. Um, but yes, it's time to go for Laurel, and she gets to going, and yeah, I mean she killed it on the nails. I'd say that like they may be 8 to 10 inches off the ground. Those are thick. The thing is,
Mhm.
they're easy to hit, and so I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
it's
It
what,
did look pretty easy. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, it didn't look that difficult, so I probably would
Mhm.
pick that. But we get the results, and Nicole and Veronica are out. They got the two slowest times because they got the bowling ball game.
Mhm.
Nicole was trash at the game, and they are eliminated. But they get to give their stars to Laurel, which also I was like, y'all.
Whack. That was so like I knew it was coming, and I was like, I already at this point I was like, oh yeah, Laurel's winning. Like all these
Yeah,
advantages, there's no way you can beat someone with no advantages compared to someone who has all of these. Like you're screwed.
it's crazy. I've never seen something like this. I mean,
That's why I'm not a fan. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like this.
Nah, this was trash because the final's different than like regular. Like, I think there should be the only carryover I think from like, I guess, quote unquote, regular season and the final of the challenge is if you went into elimination and you won. That's the only like advantage I think you need
Right.
is you earned it. And then you're getting other
Ex-
things that you just are just handed to you because you have friends.
exactly.
Nah.
I think that, especially because it's a individual game. Like, we're not here just like passing out things for fun. I don't know. That was, I did not like that at all.
Cowtown, and you know, and handicap settings going on right now. I wasn't a fan.
Or I felt like, if anything, there should be a cap at how many advantages like one person could have or something. Like, at least do something like that, make it somewhat fair. But yeah, that was stupid. Not a fan.
Yeah, no, that was. That's all I'm gonna say is.
Mm.
But they finished that. Laurel's 4 stars now, and they're going to sleep in these or the nets, like Tarzan, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're going to sleep up there. Laurel has 4 stars, Cara has 1, Steve has 2, and Ace has 1.
Hmm.
Get on to the next day of the final challenge. These are the final 4 competitors. And it's time to get the last game going. And
Hmm.
so what they have to do initially is I forget the name of this last one. Star Rush?
Honestly, don't ask me. I don't be remembering these names.
Well, all I know is we'll just call it day 2.
Perfect.
Uh, so day 2, they have to go do these obstacles after they ride this scooter. And the obstacles are drink it, connect it, rock it, build it, and swing it.
Hmm.
So we're just looking at all these. So we'll just go through these. Drink it. Basically, you're drinking this random juice or a cockroach. Eat a cockroach.
Hmm.
Self-explanatory, nasty, but I would drink it every time. I mean, just chug it, keep going. Should only take you 5 seconds, even if it's disgusting. But it's only like not even halfway filled up. So I feel like that's
Right.
good.
It's not
Like
too
really, yeah, it's not terrible at all.
bad. Hmm.
Disconnected. Honestly, it's a basic puzzle to me.
Yeah. I think the what are they called? The tanagrams. I think those are harder than this for
Yeah,
sure.
those are definitely harder because
Mhm.
you got the map basically like
Yeah.
already there. Tanagram, you're not even sure how it's supposed to look,
Hmm.
because yeah, you got the beginning and then you got the ending
Yep.
already on there.
Yeah, this is pretty simple.
Pretty simple. Shouldn't take too long, but this is
Hmm.
probably that one that could take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
This rock, you know, I wouldn't say this is difficult, but you gotta kind of be patient with it.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
you
think.
definitely need patience. But I don't think it's like challenging where it's like gonna take you forever type thing.
Yeah, no, this one should be all right. So enough said on that. And then this build it one actually doesn't seem hard because you got the puzzle, but it seems like it would take some time. So I would probably want to maybe skip this one
Hmm.
or just because of the time it takes.
Hmm.
And then we got this. Obviously, this one obviously skip. The swing it, which is like the most rigorous setup. I mean, you have to have production help you get set up.
Hmm. Waste
And
so
the
much
rules,
time.
yeah, so much time. And basically, they set up the rules is like, okay, you got to go around this obstacle course. I think 5 times, five, five
Five.
times,
Yeah. Hmm.
and they skip. You can skip one. You can use your advantage to skip one of the games in one of the rounds each time. So at
Hmm.
first, it was kind of confused. I was like, oh, like so Laura. I thought Laura got to skip 4 games at first.
Me too. I thought the same exact thing, and I was like, "Damn, like she's gonna win in like 2 seconds," but
Yeah,
that wasn't the case.
yeah. We were both
We
confused.
were on the same wave.
I was like, what are the rules
Yeah,
again?
and then the game kept going on, and I was like, "Oh, she hasn't completed it yet. Like, what's going on?" Then I was like, "Oh, I see now what the situation is."
Yeah. So I don't know if they didn't explain it well to us or we just didn't understand and we were.
Yeah, we just slow, or did they not explain it well? I
I
don't.
don't know. I'll say they didn't explain it well.
Yes,
We're
exactly.
smart people in here. We know what's going on,
I agree.
and But yes, we get the game started and whatnot. And the first one everyone gets to is this one. Obviously, we spoke about it. It's cockroach and the drink. The puzzle. So we see the puzzle. The puzzle looked like it got 8 to 10 steps, but it's very simple. Every puzzle piece supposed to fit. Laurel's
Yeah.
in first place, of course. She's running through this course, no big deal. Complete this puzzle using all the pieces of connected tape, the pipe, simple and whatnot. The rocks. So we eventually everyone's working on it. Like we see what we see it. He's doing it wrong. Uh,
Yeah, I was a little slow on that one.
yeah, he's definitely doing it wrong, bro. You got it all.
Mm.
Well, he's missing a piece of the bottom, right? But yes, we get everyone doing it. Steve's taking a long time. I thought this shot was cool because we get to like see a little bit of like behind the scenes of production and whatnot.
Production.
I like
Hmm.
these shots, and it kind of just shows you what it really looks like.
Yeah, I like seeing all that, like the behind the scenes stuff. Like that stuff's interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
I like seeing that.
Yeah, and the thing about this final is like it was the same thing again and again and again and again. So it wasn't much to. There's not really much to talk about with the final with the stuff like
Right.
they did it. You know, I mean, some people
Hmm.
did it, some people had trouble with it.
Yeah.
The only main thing about this was the skipping part of it, and
Hmm.
Steve he made the crucial error of playing the same one on the same thing. I really can't vouch for him there.
Yeah. Poor Steve. When that happened, I was like, ah, damn. I was like, he would have had a chance to catch up to Laurel, but he done screwed up.
Yeah, no, he would have won. He would have won the
Hmm.
whole thing, and it's truly sad. It was sad. Like, you see it on his face, like it was over because he had it in the bag, and I was like, wow, that's how you lose.
I know. It sucks when you lose that type of way, but also like you have no one to blame but yourself too at the end of the day. So it's like it wasn't anyone else, it was solely on you. So that's where I think is even shittier. Because it's like,
Exactly,
damn, I
man.
messed up.
Spoken like a true poet. I mean, his name would have had the check on it, or his check would have had his name on it, and
Mm,
instead of that, he got to go through this little ring game.
yeah.
But yeah, it was tough. I think production set up for him to lose. I mean, set up for Laurel to win. So I feel like the show kind of got what it wanted, but
Yeah.
Steve was unexpected.
Hmm.
And I don't know if they had their fingers crossed of him, like, please like mess this last one up, please mess it up. And
Yeah.
he did. And they're like,
They're like,
I,
yay.
that rule, I don't know. Did they explain that rule at the beginning that you could only use one on each one? I
I
feel like
mean,
they had
they,
to have.
they must have, but maybe it just kind of went like in one ear and out the other type thing.
Because I might have forgotten it too. I probably like, oh, like let me hit all of them. Like my last two, I'm gonna hit the last. I'm gonna skip the last two. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
good. So I don't blame him 100%. Like of forgetting. Like it happens,
Mhm.
But man, I feel like
Honest mistake.
yeah, I just maybe they could have said, hey, like you got to use both your stings.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Oh, no.
There's a lot of things we don't get to see in here, but maybe if it was Laurel, I'd be like, look, Laurel, you can't get the
Exactly.
extra one.
Mhm.
Like
Aw, poor Steve. I wanted him to win.
yeah.
I was disappointed with the outcome for sure.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. And the outcome, of course, is the new Challenge All Stars champion, Laurel Stuckey, winning the
Mhm.
$250,000. TJ is hype. Uh, Damn,
Love
TJ.
it.
I mean,
Good
TJ
for
don't care who wins. Shit, he makes more than all of them. Shit.
All right. He's making that money.
Yeah. So, um, she wins. I won't say fair and square, but she wins. And but according to the rules, so congratulations, Laurel. As much as I be running my mouth. She won the game. She did a good job for what she was given. She was just given a lot of help, but
Hmm.
that's just how it went down.
Yeah, she won. So, yeah, congrats, Laurel. At the end of the day, if you win a final, like you won, like no matter how you got there. So, got to give props to where props are due.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Yeah,
even if
she
it
did
was the
she did
easiest final of all
yeah,
time.
she did have a little help along the way, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, damn, she would have got smoked if she didn't have those advantages.
Right? Yeah. Who do you think would have won? Steve then? If
I
he
think,
didn't have the advantages?
I mean, Kara would have won because she didn't have any advantages
Second.
either. So,
Yeah, that's true.
considering I'll stay with Steve still messing up his thing because I don't think just because
Yeah.
she was ahead. I mean, he was winning.
Mhm.
He was winning, and so it didn't matter if he was behind or ahead. He still would have made his mistake. And so I don't think he wins regardless. And you always have to put that in effect. So I
Mhm.
think Cara definitely would have won. And because I don't know how far she was behind, but I listened to her podcast on the Challenge podcast today, and she said she wasn't like way behind, but she wasn't like on her tail or anything like that.
Okay.
And she said she thinks she would have won too. So
Yeah. Well, maybe next time, Kara.
maybe next time, but we get the ending and Laurel. This I don't know how I feel about this part, where she's like, "Come on, you got it!
Yeah,
Stop patronizing me because you won." Oh
I
no, I couldn't
know.
hate her. I
Now
couldn't
she's
hate
all nice because she won that money. Yeah. I felt a little weird during this. I was like, why is she so like cheery? Well, I mean, she just won, so I understand, but yeah, she was just like hyping up Kara. I'm like, ugh, I cringe a little bit.
Nah, coach, I wouldn't. I would have been like, "Shut up! Like, stop
Mhm.
it. You've been acting some type of way the whole time, but now you won. You're gonna patronize me
Mhm.
by like, you got it, you got it." I was like, okay, you can. But also, it's like, oh, like be a good sport about it. I was like,
Yeah.
y'all, if you okay with that, that's like the team who just won the champ is about to win the championship game and they're up by 20 points and they're like, you guys did such an amazing job, blah 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 blah, and they're like, stop it, like. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd understand if you never played sports and had like a championship game or high stakes or something like that in a game. It's probably something unfamiliar,
Mhm.
but I don't know how I felt about it. I was not.
Yeah.
I
Wasn't
was
a fan.
not. No. So, but yeah, that's what happened. Car Maria got second place. It's funny, low budget. They used the same things they used on the first challenge with these
Yeah.
little banners.
Mhm. Recycling around here.
Yeah, it was low budget for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, Steve, he knows he would have won, and it's tough, and that's the look right there of regret.
Oh, his face. So
It's
sad.
it's it's tough. I mean, there's a big difference between $25,000 and $250,000. I mean,
Yeah. Ugh, that sucks. I mean, hey, at least he's still going home with a little something, something. He didn't go
yeah,
empty-handed, so
yeah, he gets a little bit.
could have been
So
worse. Shoot, I'll take it. He
I
doesn't
mean, yeah,
want.
exactly. I mean, and it wasn't like a grueling final to where you're going home and you have injuries or you have this
Right.
or that. So
Yeah, it was a pretty tame final, I would say, honestly.
yeah, so that is everything that happened on the show. And then they did some like Ace freeing the cockroaches at the end, which was kind of goofy. But shout out Ace.
Yeah,
um,
what a season.
wow, what a season! That was crazy. Definitely, I'm not shocked. Laura won. She was
Hmm.
a favorite before the season started. The show as a whole, I think they tried to make it easier because they don't want no injuries and whatnot, and people quitting and all these other things. I mean, people still quit anyway. Janelle quit, but this season I think was sad in a big way just because it was an okay season. I'll give it like a 7.5.
Yeah,
I'll give it that. What would you give it?
maybe like a 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah, there's been better seasons. And also, though, I feel like because it's all stars, it should be harder than like a normal season. It's like,
You
oh,
think so?
you have the best of the best, like all these all stars. Like it should be hard.
I think the All Stars is just the name. I think they wanted the name to be like OGs or something like that. I think All Stars
I
just like
think
the
it
name.
should be a little bit harder than it is because these challenges have been very easy, in my opinion. I mean, who knows if I were up there, if I'd be able to do half that stuff. But like from what
You
they
would.
usually do, I feel like it was a little tame. But yeah, I'd give it a
Yeah,
six.
no, okay. No, I feel you on that. I mean, I think you would easily do all these things. You probably would have won.
Thank
you
you.
know.
Period. Thank you.
But Yeah, the challenges were lackluster, I will say. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't need to see like people jumping off cars every single episode,
Yeah.
but we also don't need to see
Like
people
sucking
rolling a ball
juice.
down a thing trying to get it through a hole. Like,
Yeah.
come
We
on,
can
y'all.
do a
But
little better.
yeah, like there was no real physical challenges in this whole entire thing except
Mhm.
for I'm trying to think.
There was no like hall brawls or anything, was it?
Nah, there was nothing. I mean, the only physical thing I think there was when Nicole and Jasmine did that, but that
Mm,
was just getting a rope across, you
yeah,
know? So,
interesting. I wonder because it's on Paramount Plus that things are just a little more chill because it's not their main like it's not
well,
MTV.
All Stars 3 had some physical eliminations, and Ace got slammed out of the schoolyard in All Stars 1 because they did a pole wrestle. So they've done hard stuff before.
Yeah. I
But
don't
I
know
just
what
think
it is.
I think this one I overheard they just wanted to make it a little bit more fun and
Mm,
easy because people are older and whatnot. But this is a
that's
young
true.
cast, so it doesn't.
That's true. There are some older people on there, but it
Yeah,
is what it is, I guess.
it is what it is, and I just it's unfortunate that no brothers or sisters made the final.
Oh,
Out of all of them, that
in
was I think
Africa.
in Africa.
I
A
know.
shame. I
A
mean,
shame.
Steve's as close as it's getting, I guess. But he made the fatal error,
Yeah,
so
it is.
the colonizers won this again in Africa.
Mhm. They
And
always win. They always win.
hey, it's just a story as old as time, tale as old as time, y'all.
Hmm. Well,
They go
maybe
to
next
Africa and they
season we'll
dominate.
have some luck.
Yeah, well, next season, I mean, next season's the location I heard is Vietnam. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
so I don't know the history much behind that country, but I just know it's a lot of war in the
Yeah.
past. That's about it.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, that was All Stars. Wild, interesting season.
Hmm.
Left for more, hungered for a little bit more, I guess. But hope maybe next time we'll get what we want. But any parting words before we conclude this All Stars 4 podcast?
Yeah. No, just thank you for having me on. It's been fun. I'm excited for hopefully I get invited back for the next recap. So I'll be staying tuned.
You always invited. You always invited. It's always
Cool.
open invitation for you. Other people's the one who needs the ask for permission.
Okay. I love to hear it. Yeah,
So
no, this
you,
was fun. I love doing this. Love the I'm always going to be a fan of the show even if I don't like one season, like I'm still going to watch. So, I'm a loyal fan. So, I'm
yeah,
excited to see what the future challenges hold.
yeah, no, definitely. I think I love the show still, regardless of what happens. Like I'm gonna watch the show. The only season I didn't watch
Yeah.
really was half of last season. That's season
Mhm.
39. But yeah, no, the show is a show. We just gotta hope for better quality, I guess you could say, next time
Yeah.
around. The show's not always going to give you what you want, but you can't, like I said, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You want your faves to win, but just because your faves lose doesn't mean you got to say the show's trash and
Yeah.
bail on it and all these things. I think those people are too fair weather for me. So,
Mhm.
regardless of what happens, I just want a good quality product at the end of the day, and then I'll be all right with what
Yeah.
goes down. As long as
I
things
just
aren't rigged, then
Yeah, I just want to be entertained, see some good challenges and call it a day, you know?
yeah, it was good till Ayana left, but
She was your girl.
hey, it's been downhill for me the whole season since that, y'all.
See.
But y'all, appreciate y'all coming through. I guess I'll hint before we get out of here. I'll hint at a couple things coming up.
Ooh.
One, we got this new Netflix challenge show that I will be covering coming
Oh,
out. I don't know the
okay.
name of the show yet, so spoiler. I'm not supposed to be talking about this yet, but
Insider tea if you made it this far.
exactly. If you made it this far, we got a new uh, challenge Netflix show coming out in a couple months, in 2 or 3 months. It will feature some former Squid Game people. Um,
Oh, I did see that.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So we'll
Interesting.
be covering that show. Um, and the thing about that is it's only going to be like I think 3 weeks of coverage. It's going to be like 3 week come out thing too. I think just like Squid Game was. It's not going to be
Mhm.
like 1 week at a time.
Yeah.
So that coming up in the coming months. We got the Traders 3. No,
Ooh.
yes. Yeah, the Traders 3. That just finished filming. We'll be covering that. That won't come out for a little while as well. And then the challenge season 40.
Eight.
That's probably going to be coming out in a couple months. So we got some time before the challenge comes back. A little break on our part. We're going to get refueled and reset up and whatnot.
Yes.
And when it comes to those, yeah, obviously the TV reviews, movies reviews, those coming all the time and whatnot. But besides that, we got some events coming. We got WNBA All-Star Weekend potentially coming through.
Ooh.
And I got this other Kansas City event that I may or may not document and vlog. I'll make little shorts, but maybe we'll see about the whole thing.
You should
That's all the stuff I got.
Yeah, you should document.
Oh, I forgot the Big Brother premiere. Duh. So we
Oh,
got the
yeah.
Big Brother premiere. I'm not covering Big Brother, but I'm gonna go be at the premiere and talk to all the past house guests and get them and ask them some questions and whatnot and do some photos. So.
Oh, that'll be exciting. So many exciting things to look forward to.
We got some things now. We got some things. What you got coming up, Bree? What you got going on?
I don't know. You're just gonna have to follow me to stay tuned. Things are hush hush right now, but I'll be doing some sneak previews. You know what's up.
Hey,
So
it's
just-
hush hush. Remember to follow her, man. Get it down, because I see what she about to be doing, but y'all need to see what she about to be doing. She can't just put her stuff out there like that,
Get the insider sneak peek.
Exactly. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what it's gonna be. Regardless if it's big time, small time, we always here to support Bree in her endeavors and everything that she doing. Even if she just moving houses like she just did, or washing the dishes every day. Everyone's life is different and whatnot, and we just got to
actually do have something really exciting going down. So make sure you follow. I really do. It's coming out soon. We'll see.
Oh well. Oh snap! Follow her. Well, we excited for that thing that's coming up, and you'll have to tell me off camera. But we out of here, y'all. Appreciate y'all once again for tuning in. Till next time, y'all. Peace, blessings, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Bye, guys.